Vladimir returns to the RLCS, EU benches everyone, and the RLCS is over. My name is Anton and you're watching This Week on Rocket League. This is of course the series where we take a look at all the crazy and stupid things that this game has had to offer during the past 7 days, and somehow, this game never fails to surprise me. Empty net again.
Hold on, I'll set you
You're
up.
doing so well. I mean,
This is
right there.
unprecedented, I might have just
Right there.
lost.
Oh, what is it? Oh my god.
Yeah, you suck. Blows my mind that somebody like this not only exists, but also is delusional enough to post it online.
But now let's check out what's been happening this week. Rocket League launched its 2-week-long Drive Days event this Wednesday. The event features the return of the limited time game mode Spike Rush and Heat Seeker, a bunch of new cosmetic items, and a new car that no one will use. Now, there's a big community in Rocket League who would like to see Heat Seeker become an actual ranked game mode, instead of just being able to play it in online matchmaking once every couple of months. Like, Snow Day is a ranked game mode. Maybe you could switch it with Heat Seeker to make it a limited time game mode, or better yet, delete it. But as always, let me know what you think. Are you a big Heat Seeker fan, and would you like to see it become a ranked game mode? Moving on to esports, Vladimir announced on his YouTube channel this Wednesday that he will be the new sub for Space Station Gaming moving forward. The last time Vladimir played in an RLCS level roster was when he played for Team Twitter, but before that he was back in 2019 in RLCS Season 7 for Ghost Gaming. I don't know how much he's gonna get to play, or if it's just gonna be like Musty and hang around and predict the opponents to win on the RLCS broadcast. I mean, no NA team has used a substitute in the RLCS so far this season, so it'll be interesting to see. Over in EU, I reported last week that Rice left Oxygen to join BDS this split. Now, Oxygen finally made the announcement of his departure on Monday. In the replies of a tweet announcing the signing of Ixo and Snasky, bro got dropped in the replies. Ixo and Snasky of course came over from Quadrant, who have decided to make a complete roster revamp and sign Charlie B, Temper and Casio to the team. What confused a lot of people though was that Relating Wave was moved to the substitute position. There's way too many good players on the bench this split in EU, and our next story is Astral getting benched on Moist. Like seriously, you can make a whole major contending roster out of all the players that have been benched this transfer window. Which is exactly what they did, as Sizen announced his new team with Extra and Astral called Under Contracts, without telling them first. Now, as they're still under contract, just like the team name says, for their official teams, they can't actually compete and will only be playing scrims. But just imagine the scenes if they teamed up together next season and ended up winning Worlds. After taking Dignitas from a young and inexperienced team to a major qualification, their coach Nick has once again been sacked. Nick was also sacked from Team Queso last year after taking the young and inexperienced team to the grand finals at the Winter Major. Here's an idea. Don't qualify for the Winter Major. Like seriously, this dude overperforms every time and then gets sacked immediately after. And then they wonder why people only do the bare minimum. But moving on, there were also some tournaments going on in the preparation for the RLCS Spring Regional starting up next week. Steel Series organized the Steel Series Cup on Saturday with 8 North American teams. Everyone was especially excited to see one team play, as this was the first tournament together for Daniel, Beastmode and Calm. And they started off with a bang as they swept FaZe Clan in the first round and then got wrecked by Complexity and Optic. Well, I'm sure they'll do better in the next tournament. Genji Mobile One Racing was erased from the tournament after losing 2 series straight off the bat. Optic, on the other hand, raised some eyebrows after making a lower bracket run all the way to the lower bracket final, where they then lost to Complexity, who themselves went on to lose to Furia in the grand finals, who seem to have finally found their groove. The tournament was met with a lot of criticism, as many felt the production was very underwhelming. There were, for example, several ad breaks over 20 minutes in between series, which caused the viewers to miss several lower bracket series, like Optic versus FaZe, and as a result, the fans had to find pretty creative ways to follow the series. When your stream is so bad that it's literally worse than Discord, one of the casters of the tournament, Oliver Bass, responded to the criticism saying that he was upset by it and scorned the critics for first begging for a third-party event and then trashing it when they finally got one. He then added that since they only had 2 casters, they couldn't cover every series, and that acting like this, the Rocket League community is just going to scare away sponsors. Now, naturally, I didn't read all the messages sent in the chat, so I don't know everything that was said. Of course, if someone said something out of line or insulting towards the casters, that's not okay. I thought the casting casting was pretty good. There was just some weird delay in the audio that turned off a lot of people. As for criticizing the production, what are people supposed to do? Just roll over and accept everything that's thrown in their way? I get that the casters couldn't have casted every series, but maybe they should have got more casters then. Even showing the series without any casting during the breaks would have been better. And this is not going to scare away sponsors. There's enough demand for these events. You can't just let anything slide because the sponsor might not like it. But moving on, James Spot, Rizzo, and J-Cube organized a draw the following day on Sunday among 16 North American teams. Everyone's eyes were once again on version 1 as they were now warmed up from the previous tournament.
It's a bump on Com, still getting bumped, staying in the play, powering through. Beast mode, backboard down to Daniel. Daniel misses the shot that needed to go in. Daniel with a chance, it gets away from him. But the dunk off the post, rebound off the crossbar. I don't believe it.
I guess me and Daniel aren't so different after all. Sub managed to make it all the way to the semifinals after beating Akru and Koi, where they then got absolutely smashed by Furia, who just made back-to-back grand finals. This time they didn't win, however, as Genji had learned how to play again. And then lastly, moving on to EU, Rocket Baguette organized the Rising Stars Odyssey tournament on Sunday, where after beating the powerhouse that is Chickens, Karmine Corp lost to Monaco Esports. Monaco has less people in their country than KCS fans who will attack you on Twitter if you say Vatira isn't the greatest player of all time. Monaco then went on to lose to Moist in the semis, who in turn went on to get wrecked by Vitality in the finals. This was Zen's first tournament. It's over. The RLCS is gonna look like the Andorran First Division from now on. But now it's time for Clip of the Week. Each week you guys submit your clips to the AntonTheKicker Discord. The top 5 are then voted on by the members and have a chance of winning 1000 credits. So if you want to submit your clips or influence who makes the top 5 for one of these videos, you can do so on my Discord server. Link in the description. Congrats to Twilly for winning last week's contest with this squishy save cross-map crown pinch. And before we reveal the top 5, let's look at some honorable mentions. Nico scored this totally intentional flip reset triple tap in a 2v2. Fishy destroyed his 1v1 opponent with a fake. Mega765 totally ruined his opponent's evening with this Cuxer pinch. Kaxip totally destroyed his 2v2 opponents with this squishy save. And before we reveal the top 5, John JKN linked up with his teammate to score this wall redirect in a 2v2. But now it's time to reveal the top 5. Like mentioned before, these were voted by the Discord members. Master of Butterflies beat both of his opponents with this flip reset air dribble. Mike the M scored this 0-second triple flip reset to win the game.
I'm so good.
Kageyama had the worst day of his life. T-Watt scored this. You know what? I'll just let it play.
Fake. Evil. Fake.
And last but not least, this happened to Kejay in a 2v2 this week.
He doesn't have boost. Okay, he does now, probably. No! 3 seconds.
Somehow that was both hilarious and terrifying at the same time. And that's the top 5. As always, there will be a YouTube poll on the channel. The person with the most votes after 24 hours wins 1000 credits. NordVPN gives you access to over 5400 servers across 60 different countries around the world. Can watch your favorite Netflix show in your current location? Well, it only takes one click to change that. Look, now I'm in Denmark. I myself have been using NordVPN for a while now, and I truly believe it's a great product. And that's why I've teamed up with NordVPN to get you a discount plus 1 month free on your 2-year plan. Just go to nordvpn.com/AntonTheKicker or use the link at the top of the description. A VPN is one of the essentials for any internet user these days, and using the link in the description would really help out the channel as well. But that's it for this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. And guys, you don't even know how hard it is to pronounce squishy save cross map ground pinch. I got it first try. Try saying it right now. Squishy save cross map ground pinch. Squishy save cross map ground pinch. Squishy save cross map. Squishy save cross map. Squishy save cross map ground pinch. Yeah, it wasn't a good time. But we're back with checking out countries and stuff. And this week we have a comment from Hugo Thomas, who apparently has asked me to check out Ontario, Canada for 5 videos in a row now. So right now I have 31,000 subscribers, which in Ontario would be none of them. But I guess it would be a medium-sized city right below Stratford and above Innisfil. This little town here. Okay, folks. We have to beat Stratford. We can't lose to Stratford. Where even is that? It's right next to the fake London. But anyway, that's gonna be it. If you made it this far, please consider clicking the like button. It would always help out a ton. Become a member, you'll get your name at the end of the videos. You'll be able to 1v1 me on my Twitch streams. But besides that, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. I'll see you guys later. Bye. And shout out to Gerardo Daniel Rodriguez Gonzalez and Stock.